So I do think it depends on who you ask. And I think that burnout is a very vague term that we throw out to mean a lot of different things.
Coming up, we'll hear from experts on what a common phrase among college students actually means.
It could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be a coach, it could be a teacher. Like, just try to have a little bit of a conversation with someone and see what it feels like.
Also, we'll show you some campus resources to take care of your mental health. We come to you with breaking news. VFL and former running back Alvin Kamara made a substantial financial gift to the Tennessee Athletics program. Alvin Kamara, in conjunction with the football team, announced on Instagram last night that he would be making a large philanthropic gift.
Kamara said in the post, quote, "There are certain experiences that shape you throughout your life. In my heart, it was only right to pour back into the university that gave me an opportunity when I didn't know what was coming next." Kamara will be recognized for this gift on the field during the orange and white game tomorrow.
Welcome to TVC Plus. I'm Gail Fanning.
And I'm Whitney Reamer. Gail, it has been a rough start to the transfer portal this season for the Vols and the Lady Vols.
Oh, yes, it has. And for more, let's head over to Drea Peebles. She is in front of Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center with more information.
Attempts to define within very strict boundaries how long an athlete can perform in college and the freedom that they have to transfer schools. You now have 5 years, no more than that, to compete at the collegiate level. You're only allowed to transfer once.
Thank you, Drea.
Well, I know we've all heard the term burnout before, but when it comes to being overwhelmed in college, what does that actually mean? Our Allie Seaton sat down with some professors and professionals to set the record straight and help those students struggling with their studies.
College can be exciting, but it can also be incredibly hard. For many students, that stress can build up into something more serious, burnout. According to the American Society of Clinical Laboratory Science, approximately 60% of college students experience some form of academic burnout. Burnout isn't just about being tired, it's the result of prolonged stress, especially during major life transitions like starting college.
It could be as simple as somebody feeling really overwhelmed with the transition to college because it's hard. This is a huge life transition that we don't give a lot of credit to.
Students experiencing burnout may encounter physical exhaustion, mental strain, and changes to their social lives. Dr. Shannon Scoville shares her experience.
I think of burnout as when you've just hit the absolute limit of your stress and you cannot go any further physically, mentally, physiologically, psychologically. There's just nothing left to give. And in the periods where I have experienced flickers of burnout, I haven't really felt like there was the option to not continue.
Now, we constantly hear about burnout, that everyone experiences it at some point. If that's the case, why don't we understand it better? Part of the reason may be its connection to other mental health conditions.
So I always say burnout's like a sister of all other mental health conditions, and sort of like if any study is going to show that like burnout is directly correlated to depression, sometimes a stepping stone, sometimes the other way around. It's just about cause and effect, kind of.
As awareness grows, Recognizing the signs of burnout early can make all the difference for students trying to balance the pressures of college life. Reporting from Knoxville, I'm Allie Seaton.
This story is the first of a series senior reporter Allie Seaton is creating. Make sure to tune into TVC the next few weeks to learn more.
Now, switching gears, what about some resources to help with burnout? Here's Mateus Fotorath with one student changing the mental health conversation.
Concerns about mental health on campus has become a more prevalent and often misunderstood issue. For most students, finding the best way to manage mental struggles can be difficult. For students like Jack Glennon, stress is common. Balancing work inside the classroom and outside of it with student media can be a challenge.
You know, Arkansas is an interesting place.
Glennon also suffers from major depressive disorder. His own struggles has allowed him to become an outspoken advocate for mental health awareness.
I've heard a lot about people saying depression, anxiety, that's a choice. People are choosing to live that way. You could choose to be happy.
What is so funny? He's dancing.
Question for people like that is who would choose to feel that way?
Dr. Jesse Gold, the Chief Wellness Officer for the University of Tennessee System, explains personal struggles from students like Jack can result in a domino effect on campus.
I think you'll also see that the mental health of students impacts the mental health of faculty and staff aren't doing that great. The whole ecosystem of a university, or the university system in this case, all struggles as a result of students struggling.
Luckily for students, resources like the Student Counseling Center and the Center for Care and Resilience are available for any crisis concerns.
Typically, these resources are for the short term and are often in high demand, giving some students uncertainty when it comes to access.
If every single person could see a counselor all the time, you would need 1 million counselors. You just need one person that you can tell the truth to, and it can make a really big difference. And so, think about who that person is and what you feel like sharing.
I know people say it a lot, but you're genuinely not alone. There is someone in your life who cares about you.
Managing your mental health may vary in choice, but one choice that should never be made is giving up. In Knoxville, Mateus Fotorath, Vol News.
If not able to receive timely help from an on-campus resource, students can contact the Student Counseling Center at 865-974-2196 to schedule an appointment as well.
2 UT students have just been awarded one of the highest honors in STEM. Jay Mehta and Samuel Barber have been awarded the Goldwater Scholarship, which recognizes exceptional undergraduate STEM students who intend to pursue research in the natural sciences, mathematics, and engineering. Mehta explained how this award not only recognized his work, but the support he had from others.
It more so is a reflection of the people that have supported me, and I'll say this time and time again, I wouldn't be here either physically or just generally without the support of all of my mentors and researchers that have worked with me and put so many hours, time, funding into me.
Mehta intends to pursue a PhD and is right now at MIT for a research internship. He tells us he wants to stay in Boston to not only find an enhanced care for rare conditions, but also figure out how to prevent and discover them. Congratulations to both of those recipients.
Absolutely. A club taking UT students to the skies has returned after 3 decades. For more on Vol pilots, here is TVC reporter Luke Lamery.
If you ask any aviator, they'll tell you there's something almost undescribable about being in the air. Whether the pilot's young,
they gave me the controls and I was absolutely in love from that moment forward.
Or maybe just a little bit older.
Somebody's flying. I was going to say. All right, cool.
Right overhead.
Oh, that is awesome.
Enter Steve Abreu, a member of the UT Flying Club back in the early 1990s.
It was a good time. Mainly, a lot of the weekends were filled with just taking the students to fly-in breakfasts and things like that. We've got beautiful mountains, beautiful valleys, rivers, lakes. It's just wonderful to fly around here.
The club lost popularity and disappeared over 30 years ago, much to Abreu's dismay. But without even mentioning the existence of the flying club to anyone, Abreu may have started the ignition once again, without even realizing it.
Really fun to have people to go fly with that understand what you're talking about, because it's also a completely different language to speak. And just really people you can connect with and feel at home with while you're flying.
That's Sarah Stanley, president of Vol Pilots, UT's new pilots association, with one goal in mind: building community. It's important to her for a reason you might not expect. Abreu has been Stanley's coach since she was just an early teen.
I love Steve. Literally, that man, I'm so thankful for him because he dealt with me at like 13 years old, being like, flying, look at that.
He was Stanley's community while she was learning to fly, inspiring her to start her own. And over 30 years later, one couldn't help but think a brew played a part in its revival.
Just keep up with it. Stay focused. Make sure the core people that are there, make sure they stay there.
As Vol Pilots provides a sun that's rising on college aviation in Knoxville once again. For Vol News, I'm Luke Lamory.
Now, if you are interested in getting up into the air yourself, you can visit their Instagram at Vol Pilots for more information.
Vol tennis continues to slide. Coming up, we'll bring you more of their struggles.
And a team going under the radar has been dominating the competition. More on Tennessee rowing when we return.
The Volunteer Channel works around the clock to curate UT news, sports, and event coverage. Best way to stay on top of all of it is to follow our Instagram at TVC News Now. You can scan this QR code right here to get right to the page. All of our content is created by UT students with the Big Orange community in mind. Volunteer Channel thanks you for your support. Go Vols.
Hey grads, senior celebrations are in full swing as we near the end of the semester. Here's a couple events you can look forward to over the next couple of weeks. Welcome Wednesday will take place on April 1st in McClung Plaza by HSS Lawn and will honor seniors. Students can receive free breakfast and register when they arrive at the event. Senior Toast will take place on April 13th from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Knoxville Convention Center. This is an invite-only event for seniors who have donated to Senior Impact. Seniors who donate are also eligible for a Senior Impact Cord. Torch Night, a farewell to thee, is one of UT's oldest traditions, where graduates pledge to serve both the university and their community as loyal alumni. The event will take place on May 13th, 7 p.m. at Ayers Lawn. Finally, cap and gowns are available for purchase and pickup at the Vols shop. Students can also purchase announcements, diploma frames, and rings. For questions about diplomas, email graduation@utk.edu. For questions about ceremony details, email commencement@utk.edu. Congrats, grads, you're almost there. And as always, go Vols.
Welcome back to TVC Plus. It's been a busy week here on Rocky Top for Tennessee Athletics.
For more, let's head over to Brendan Green and Colton Mathis for this week's Rocky Top Sports Report.
Thanks, guys. Starting with Tennessee tennis, the men's continued their slide over the spring recess.
They've lost 4 straight and dropped their record to 10-16 overall and 1-12 in conference play. With losses to Texas, Texas A&M, Georgia, and Ole Miss by a combined score of 2-16, the men look to rebound against number 12, South Carolina, in their final game before the beginning of the SEC Championship.
Women's tennis scored over the weekend, dropping road matches to South Carolina and Georgia to fall to 6-7 in SEC play. Over those 2 matches, the Lady Vols took just a single point, scored by Francesca Mattioli against South Carolina. The sophomore won in straight sets on court 5, but the Lady Vols were kept quiet by the Gamecocks. Otherwise, they were swept on Sunday by Georgia, but a 4-1 win over the Rebels Thursday got them back on track, and Layla Brites-Riso was at the forefront. The senior led the way through their win in the doubles point, and she cruised in straight sets on court 2. The win gives the Lady Vols momentum heading into senior day against LSU on Saturday.
12th ranked men's golf had a strong showing at the Mason Rudolph Invitational, placing 3rd overall. 3 Vols would finish in the top 15, recording a team score of 5 under for the weekend. The Big Orange were led by freshman Chase Keyes, who shot 4 under through the tournament and recorded his 2nd career top 5 finish. Close behind was Bruce Murphy, who carded the 2 under score for the weekend, good enough to finish 10th for his 6th career top 10 finish. Next up for the team is a trip to Charlottesville for the Louis Chategua Memorial, starting on April 14th. Meanwhile, Vol golf member Jackson Harrington will be in Augusta competing in the Masters. To hear from Harrington himself, be sure to tune in to TVC News at 12:30 on the CW channel.
Continuing with golf, the Lady Vols earned a top 5 finish at both the Clemson Invitational and the Huntington Bank Collegiate. Kira Van Can notched the best score for the Lady Vols in the Clemson Invitational, earning 4 under par to tie for 5th place individually, and helped pull the Lady Vols to 1 under par overall, good enough for 4th place. Sophie Christopher carded the best overall individual finish at 6 under par for the SMU game, Tennessee closed the tournament at 11 under par in 4th place.
Over spring recess, Tennessee track and field were in Gainesville competing in the 2026 Pepsi Florida Relays. Friday, Lady Vols Hannah Grace and Mary Awoka both shined in their events. Grace tied the school record in the women's pole vault with a lifetime best clearance of 4.45 meters. And Awoka set a new freshman record by running the women's invitational 1,500 meters in 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Tennessee kept the momentum going on day 2 as sophomore J.L. Van Rensburg finished at the top of the leaderboard in the shot put event. He also set a new personal best with a throw of 19.76 meters. The Vols and Lady Vols will be back on Rocky Top this weekend for the 2026 Tennessee Invite at the Tom Black track.
Tennessee Rowing hosted the Rocky Top Invite on Saturday, where the Lady Vols dominated, winning all 6 races. The Varsity 8 crew took the win in dominating fashion, finishing with a 13-second gap ahead of 2nd place. Tennessee will now take a 2-week break before returning to action in New Jersey, where they will take on Princeton, Yale, and Virginia.
You have to be in pretty good shape to be an athlete here at the University of Tennessee, and they have the equipment to do that.
However, if you're just a student here, working out can be a little more challenging. For more, we'll send it back to the desk with Whitney and Gail.
Thanks, guys. Many students at the University of Tennessee say they are feeling the squeeze at T-Rex.
But the squeeze is not from their workouts, but instead from overcrowding. However, some relief may be on the way. The University of Tennessee is in the early stages of a new recreation center, which will include an indoor track and additional weight rooms. The T-Rec has been primarily the gym on campus since 2003. While the facility has had some renovations, the space has struggled to keep up with UT's growing enrollment. T-Rec supervisor Micah Perkinson says that the new faculty could ease the crowding at the T-Rec.
I think it should definitely reduce probably more upperclassmen who are already off campus and driving to the gym, like they can drive there instead, and there's a lot more parking available over there.
The new space will provide more and high-demand equipment, such as benches, squat racks, and cable machines. If all permits are approved, the new recreation facility will be located in the University Commons Shopping Plaza, next to the Publix.
Downtown Knoxville is one of my favorite places here, so it's always just cool to see it get the love and attention that it deserves.
Coming up, we'll show how UT students turned a music festival into a classroom.
It's been a beautiful week here on campus, but that could easily change. Next week, more after the break.
Vols, the Volunteer Channel works around the clock to curate UT news, sports, and event coverage. Best way to stay on top of all of it is to follow our Instagram at TVC News Now. You can scan this QR code right here to get right to the page. All of our content is created by UT students with the Big Orange community in mind. The Volunteer Channel thanks you for your support. Go Vols.
Hey grads, senior celebrations are in full swing as we near the end of the semester. Here's a couple events you can look forward to over the next couple of weeks. Welcome Wednesday will take place on April 1st in McClung Plaza by HSS Lawn and will honor seniors. Students can receive free breakfast and register when they arrive at the event. Senior Toast will take place on April 13th from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Knoxville Convention Center. This is an invite-only event for seniors who have donated to Senior Impact. Seniors who donate are also eligible for a Senior Impact Cord. Torch Night, a farewell to thee, is one of UT's oldest traditions, where graduates pledge to serve both the university and their community as loyal alumni. The event will take place on May 13th, 7 p.m. at Ayers Lawn. Finally, cap and gowns are available for purchase and pickup at the Vols shop. Students can also purchase announcements, diploma frames, and rings. For questions about diplomas, email graduation@utk.edu. For questions about ceremony details, email commencement@utk.edu. Congrats, grads, you're almost there. And as always, go Vols.
Welcome back to TVC Plus. Things are heating up here on Rocky Top. For more, let's head over to Maggie Schwerking.
Yes, thanks guys. Good morning, Vols. I'm Maggie Schwerking here to give you your forecast for the weekend. Now today is looking to be a beautiful day with a high of 78 and a low of 51. And tomorrow we're finally getting into the 80s, as in we're hitting 80 degrees with a low of 53. Now Sunday and Monday are going to be partially cloudy, but they're both in the low to mid 80s, as Sunday is hitting 84 and Monday is hitting 82, with both of the lows being 60 degrees. Now this weekend is going to be hot, as Saturday we are hitting our UVs. Now, 10 a.m. it's going to be a low of 2, and that's probably the lowest that it's going to be until the sun goes down. Now, at 12 and 1, we're going to have a UV of 6 and a UV of 7. Now, at 4 p.m., we're going to go back down to 4. The UV is going to be 4, so it's going to still be strong enough that you'll want to keep wearing that sunscreen. Now, make sure that you're safe outside, whether you're sitting inside watching the Masters or you're going outside to watch the orange and white game. Now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Maggie. Now, festival season is here. Bonnaroo, CMA Fest, Tennessee Renaissance, but Knoxville plays host to its own music festival in late March. The Big Ears Festival features events in 20 downtown and Old City venues. People across the country listen to David Byrne, Flying Lotus, and Hania Rani with the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra. And students of one UT course receive special insight into the festival. I spoke with Sarah Nicole Jackson, a student in Normila Seshagiri's English course on Big Ears. She discussed her opportunity to converse with festival officials and expand her music playlist.
I've been able to learn things about these musicians and about these genres and musical traditions that I would have never had the chance to had I not been able to attend the festival.
Students learned about the festival through film, listening, and reading days. Jackson highlighted Seshagiri's encouragement in breaking out of her comfort zone.
We should be willing to consume different stories from different perspectives, even if we don't understand, even if they may not jive with us at first.
And although the Big Ears Festival has ended, Jackson and her peers are preparing for their final projects in Seshagiri's course. And Jackson encourages all of us to listen in order to understand one another.
Students are trading backpacks and laptops for waves and wakeboards. Especially with the warmer weather coming up, it's definitely getting more attraction. Our Maggie Schwarking has the story.
Fall Wake is the club wakeboarding team, wakeboarding and wake surfing. We go out a couple times a week and take about 10 riders out on the boat. We have different officers who drive the boat different days of the week, and it's just a bunch of college kids who love surfing, wakeboarding, and just having a good time on the boat.
Fall Wake is a student-run organization at UT that brings together experienced and unexperienced riders, all with a shared love for wake surfing.
You get people who have never ridden before, and you get to teach them like a new thing, and I've never met anybody who doesn't have a great time out here.
The club hosts regular outings, giving students a break from campus life and a chance to unplug. Fall Wake says the goal is simple, to get students on the water and give them a place to belong.
So like good if you're stressed out about school because you're out here with like a bunch of people just hanging out.
With over 130 members,
This is one of the biggest club sports that UT has.
it helps you find your people.
I didn't know anybody at the school, and so I came in and I was like, this is a way for me to meet people that I know that I'm going to have something in common with. And I came out, it was one of the most welcoming environments that I've ever been in.
We just wake and surf and have fun.
At the Tennessee River for TVC News, I'm Maggie Schwarking.
Wow, that does sound like so much fun. Get me out there.
Yes.
Thank you, Maggie.
And one UT student is turning a simple love for baking into a growing business. Lydia Fisher is balancing life as a full-time student while serving up desserts to the Knoxville community. Our Dawson Durrett shows us how she's making it all work.
Every day.
It's been a lot recently just because I'm doing a lot more and trying to grow the business. But you should see my calendar. It's like crazy color-coded.
In between classes.
But really, like, I've had to figure out what I value most, like, in life in general.
Baking and studying.
If I could leave college and just do this, like, that would be a dream.
Learned from her great-grandmother.
My great-grandmother, whenever we would go visit her, we would make cookies together.
From 1 to 4 on most weekdays, you can catch Fisher baking. The dream.
I've always say, like, I don't want to just open like a cookie, like a little cookie store. Like, I want to create a place where people can come and like have community and be together.
Her customer, Scott Daly, speaks to the quality of Fisher's baked goods.
If you want a moist, tasty, great cookie like this one, oh, I'm not supposed to eat with my mouth open, but I can't help it. They're just so good. Come see Sweetest Honey if you want some of the best cookies in Knoxville.
And that's why I do it, because I love the way, like, someone's face lights up when you give them a cookie. Like,
In Knoxville, Dawson Durrett, TVC News.
Fisher says she hopes to one day turn her business into a storefront where people can gather and build community. For now, she's focused on balancing school and baking, one cookie at a time. And boy, those cookies do in fact look good.
Yeah, when are we going to get those cookies, Gail?
I think we should do it sometime this weekend.
No, that's all we have for you today. Be sure to tune in to TVC News at 12:30 on the CW channel.
And follow us on Instagram at TVC News Now. Until next time, I'm Gail Fanning.
And I'm Whitney Reamer. And as always,
Go Vols!
Vols, the Volunteer Channel works around the clock to curate UT news, sports, and event coverage. Best way to stay on top of all of it is to follow our Instagram at TVC News Now. You can scan this QR code right here to get right to the page. All of our content is created by UT students with the Big Orange community in mind. The Volunteer Channel thanks you for your support. Go Vols! Vols, the